Own or run an MSP and looking for more prospects? In this video, you'll learn from an MSP who now has too many. So, here you are, hoping that you're on a journey to increased growth. But rather than being that cool dude cruising towards business utopia, you're a permanently stressed out computer geek at heart, worried you'll never find the right direction to head in. Well, let's catch up with one MSP owner who might be able to put you confidently behind the wheel. Oh, here comes our ride now.
Hey there, Paul Green. Quick, get in. Clientsville, here we come.
For many MSPs, the idea of fine-tuning a sales engine so much that they'll actually be turning prospects away is just unbelievable. It's like trying to tell your younger self that in the future there really will be computers that fit in your pocket and self-driving cars.
And Tesla have been trying to unsuccessfully copy me ever since.
Well, there is a guy, a self-confessed IT nerd, that has done it.
I'm Chad Lauterbach, founder and CEO of B Structured Technology Group, a managed service provider and managed security service provider in Los Angeles, California.
I grew up with the internet in its infancy and really personal computing in its infancy, right? I was very young when the Mac Classic came out, when the IBM XT came out. Everything was kind of going digital. Things were moving from cassette to CD. I would disassemble Discman and all the kind of goofy things that kids do, right? We're just like, how does this work? We're getting in there and what does that do? And I did the same thing with computers, right? Is if I could pick up an old Commodore PET computer or whatever, I'd pull it apart and figure out how it worked and figure out what was going on inside.
So this is the guy who's gone from tinkering with technology in his childhood to now running an MSP with 25 staff and turning prospects away. From what Chad's just told you about his background, you probably see a connection and a similarity with yours. But in terms of those more recent times growing his business, you'd be forgiven for feeling mystified and even slightly overwhelmed by how that even happens. After all, this is your journey. You are you, and your MSP is probably based somewhere completely different. Well, this is the perfect video, whether you need to get your engine started or just be reassured you're heading in the right direction or get that turbo boost to catch up with where Chad is right now.
We're based in downtown LA, 5th and Grand. We service all of LA County, a little bit of Orange County. So, we're focused on B2B. That can be wealth management, can be attorneys, can be tax accountants, can be food manufacturing. We have quite a few logistics clients moving freight throughout the country.
So if you fancy following Chad, cruising along in the best lanes, it's all about gears. However, thankfully, unlike the millions of gears that Flag had, the big rig truck that Kit could drive into,
I'll be honest, that always scared the hell out of me.
there are just two simple gears you need to use. First, let's find out how Chad got up to cruising speed.
When I was really, really young, I had a small web development company and a small computer building company. But I decided it was important to go get a regular job and learn the ropes. So I had a job. I built an IT department from the ground up for a logistics company here in LA and then a healthcare company in Scottsdale, Arizona. I moved back to LA and started my own thing in 2007 in my 1-bedroom apartment here. It's grown from then until now. To a 25-person operation in downtown LA, and we continue to grow. We're getting honestly more prospects than we can almost handle. We're very picky about who we take on given the number of prospects there are out there looking for services.
Right, let's get you primed for Turbo Boost. Like with all gears, you need to go through them in the right order and shift at the right time.
You know what, Paul? You're really starting to grind my gears.
So, into the first gear, the fundamental one to start with.
I think buyer personas are really important, and I really dug into our buyer personas. I'm in Los Angeles. What does that mean? I think you have to know your market. People in Omaha might be searching on their mobile phones. People in Omaha might actually like it if you came and knocked on their door. My extended family's in Wisconsin. Business is so different there. In Milwaukee, I could walk up to a business and just say, hey, I want to introduce myself. And the owner would be like, oh, cool, so nice to meet you. That is not the case in Los Angeles. So, the dynamics of where you are, I think, matter a lot. And I think thinking about your buyer persona and thinking about how you'd like to be approached, since you probably live in that place, and, how they want to be approached.
So, first gear is considering your buyer's persona, really digging into who they are and how they tick. But what do you think about what Chad said, that location affects how your dream buyer behaves? Some might say that, big city or otherwise, we're all shying away from that face-to-face contact. Let me know in the comments if you think there's a big difference based on location. Back to Chad, and in his buyer persona first gear, he also considers their role.
Our buyer persona is one of two people generally. Either it's a C-suite member, so CEO, CFO, COO usually, that is searching specifically for an IT service provider or MSP. They either have one and don't like them, or they want to outsource their in-house IT department. They know exactly what they want and they're looking. They give us a chance, and usually they're getting 3 bids. We don't win all of them, but we win a lot of them. Secondarily, it's the assistance of those people. So executive assistance of those people, where the COO says, hey, get me 5 quotes for MSP services, right? They're just getting quotes, right? Which is fine. Ideally, we get to the gatekeeper directly, but if we can't, we provide the quote, and we still win those sometimes, or at least get in for the meeting with the C-suite.
So the first gear gets you going, building a clear vision of who your dream client is, what they're looking for, and how they might want to hear from you. For example, they could be either an individual owner-operator wanting to read your personal background story, or a CEO's assistant interested more in bare facts and testimonials.
Or a talking car that longs to be human and have its feelings considered.
Whatever. Then, with power and energy building from the first gear, you're ready to shift things up. A consistent marketing plan that never stops.
It was years of really hard work. Blogging, reaching out to get press releases on stuff, reaching out to get on podcasts like this one, really working on our LinkedIn profiles, really working on the website. We've now gotten into video. It's not a one-stop shop either, and it's not a game you play for just a small period of time.
If all that sounds like a lot of work, it is. But Chad's been able to stay focused and keep going because of that clear vision on who his buyers are and what they want. Not only has this focus really paid off, but he's also got the best advice on how to make a sales engine even more powerful. His learned wisdom is like your secret extra gear. Think of it as super pursuit mode.
Oh, I love that mode. All those fins pop out of me and I go super speedy.
Anyway, well, Chad's awesome advice is coming up, but if you're concerned about having the time to create the content or fuel for your marketing engine, have you heard about the MSP Marketing Edge? My online portal gives you a simple plan to follow and white label marketing content to help you get new clients and make more money. See if your area is still available by clicking the link in the description. So, are you ready for super pursuit mode and turbo boost all rolled into one?
Come on, Paul. That doesn't even exist.
Chad discovered the thing that can help you and your marketing really stand out: value.
I think for all companies, having a unique value proposition or unique selling proposition is really important. For us, we were like, okay, what is that? For me, it's 2 things. Number one, we are almost entirely an LA-based staff. When we tell that to clients, and they're like, well, your bid's higher. And we're like, well, yeah, what do you think we have to pay? We literally will say, ask your competing bids if they have in-house Los Angeles-based people. And when they answer no, it gives the business owner pause, right? They have to think, okay, do I want to spend less and be talking to Malaysia, the Philippines, India, whatever? That was a unique selling proposition for us that I think was really important.
So having a reason why you're slightly more expensive, being proud of it, and actually turning it into a positive.
Number 2 is we really tried to be as much to our clients as possible. Everybody's calling and asking about cybersecurity. We're pushing that really hard. We're getting a lot of business for cyber, and we're getting a lot of upsells with our existing clients for cyber. Like, of course, our rates are gonna have to be higher. Owners understand that, and they just have to make a decision of who they want to talk to. So yeah, we really try to be everything that we can to our clients, and we really try to keep as strong of an LA presence as we can, which I think are our 2 unique factors as an MSP.
So are you ready to make Devon proud? Nail that buyer persona, start a consistent marketing system, and lead with your value. You've got multiple powerful gears at your disposal just waiting to propel your MSP.
Well, unlike Teslas that only have 1 gear, talk about lame.
Paul Green's MSP Marketing Edge.